I think they love me. I think they love me now. I think they love me.
Who do you see when you look at me?
I think they love me.
'Cause I do not recognize the man inside the mirror. They feast on my dreams. I'm not who I seem to be. And somehow I lost myself along the way. Losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me. Can I find peace? Yeah, will they finally see me? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself? Can I love myself?
I think they love me. I think they love me.
Trapped inside this maze, it's amazing. My phone's off, so don't call me crazy. I'll show you what you want to see from me. But do you know me? I let the likes in the gram, it controls me. It's like the lights in the camera can know me. Yeah. One day I'll find my identity. For now, losing my sanity over strangers. When they see your wounds, it gets dangerous. Can I be myself? Is it safe yet? Yeah. Or should I hide my lies and keep on running? Take my chances, all unknowing. I smile, but life is misery. I hide my pain in this melody. They see my scars and all run from me. I don't know what they want from me.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can't top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on. And I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. So when they see the bless some.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Designated Spitters. Like, share, and subscribe to the U, baby. Oh, Francis,
Yes.
you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, man.
Oh, he's born ready for this.
Big show tonight, man. So happy to be here with all you guys.
Well, it's the big show.
Oh, we got to sing this live next weekend. I'm breaking out so tonight, dog.
Oh, man, we are ready for this show today, folks.
I'm excited,
Oh,
man.
man.
I mean, we lost the series. I got to say,
did.
we lost the series after getting swept in a 4-game set in Toronto, who I'm not
Right.
too fond of. And this is the most excited I've been for a show in a long time. I don't know what it is.
It's unbelievable. You know,
I think
the
it's the
crazy thing
community.
is, it almost, it sucks to say this, but it almost feels like the Yankees didn't even win today.
It does.
Well, because they've lost for so long
They
now.
lost
It's
for so
like-
long. It seemed like another, yeah, it's a win, but it's still somehow kind of a loss.
It feels that way. It's like, I know we got a win today. That's awesome. I'm very, very excited to have the victory, but we've been losing so long now. It's like, damn, we really need this day off tomorrow. And
There
thankfully,
was still so many things too where you watch the game. I mean, you called it.
yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, there's so many ways that this could have been another loss.
I mean, look, if you were watching that game and the Yankees were up by 1 and Mark Leiter was coming in, or
Exactly.
2, whatever it was at that point, you're nervous. And it's not even like a knock on Leiter. You're nervous about everybody coming out of the Yankees bullpen right now. Like, I don't care who it is. Devin Williams has been better as of late. Luke Weaver's been getting smacked around. There's really
Yeah.
nobody where you're like, you know what? We're up by 1, but we're going to win this because he's coming in. Fernando Cruz is gone.
Yeah, Cruz is hurt. I mean, I think what was I going to say? But about Luke Weaver though, Luke Weaver has made a short list of Yankees that I've crafted over the last couple of days called the Honest Yankees. There's not very many on that list.
I like this.
Luke
Can I know
Weaver-
more about this list?
Yes, you can know. So I was thinking about it the other day. Unfortunately, after listening to our captain's comments, I was, you know,
Don't let Pop Simonetti here. He yelled at me today.
did he?
Oh,
Listen,
Pop Simonetti was hot with me today. What do you want him to fucking say?
I'm sorry.
I said,
bro.
whoa.
Send him the Jeter clip. Pop remembers Jeter.
I did. I told him. I said, Pop, come on.
He
Jeter
remembers
didn't
Don
answer.
Matt. He
Oh,
remember-
fuck that guy. Oh, whoa, take it easy.
Oh, hey, what
You can't. I told you. There's two people you can't talk about Aaron Judge. Our friend
All right.
Dan Rourke.
That's true.
And of course, Pop Simonetti. Pop Simonetti, you don't say nothing about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge's name come up, you just smile.
Just smile and wave. I would throw the Bocce Master of Bella Vista in there.
Oh, Simon's in there. Yes.
He gets a little, but
Thank you.
Whoops.
I was thinking of
Aaron Judge is a gift from God. Yeah.
You know he sends me text messages now on the voicemail app.
does he?
I never knew you could do this. I got a
I didn't know
message
you
from
could
him.
do that either.
And he writes the whole thing out. Bocce Master of Bella Vista.
Wow. I'm telling you right now, though, if somebody would have figured that out, though, it would be the Bocce Master of Bella Vista. It would be.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to Judge's comments, right?
Okay.
And no disrespect, but you know, we discussed this, you know, off air. You, me, Kev, I think it was. You know, he's a product of his environment, right? Like this is all he knows, right?
Yeah.
He came up 2016, you know, had a little bit of Girardi, but really it's mostly been the Aaron Boone regime. So he sounds like another Boone. Like that's what he sounds. He sounds like a Boone disciple.
That's what I told Pops that he didn't like.
And he didn't like it, right? So, but
didn't like it.
that's my thing. I mean, does he look different saying it? Yeah, he's freaking jacked. He's so he looks different saying it.
Yeah.
He's got a jawline instead of 7 chins, but it's the same words. He's saying the same shit. Like my wife was looking at me like I'm crazy right now. She can't believe I just said that live. But so he's saying this. So I'm listening.
Would have been the worst thing he said, I promise.
It's not really, and it probably won't be tonight. But I listened to it and I'm like, damn, man, like this is crazy. Like this is what we listen to. And I'm like, well, and in my head I was like, well, you know, at least you know, like Giancarlo. Giancarlo always keeps it real, right?
100% all the
And
time.
I was like, he's the honest Yankee. But then I heard Rodon's comments after the last game, and I know people are gonna be ready to jump down my throat because they're gonna be like, here he go again. They want to defend Rodon or whatever. I'm not defending the outing.
No, it was a tough outing.
It was
Should have
a
been
very
an
tough-
all-star.
it
He
was
should
a
be an
very
all-star.
tough out. He should 1000%.
He should definitely be an all-star. That's screwed.
Especially-
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
You compare the numbers to some of the other people that made it. It's
Yeah,
it's,
he's an all-star.
Let's be honest. But look, what I will say about that start, Rose, and I'm not going to defend. I'm just going to say it does seem like the early season version of Rodon has kind of made a return here.
A little
where
bit, yep.
You take 3 pitches away from an outing, and you know what I'm saying? It's a complete different outing.
Right.
So I was looking, you know, I listened to him. And he sounded a lot like Jeter. Like he wasn't taking the excuses. He wasn't saying like, yeah, no, but I got to be better. I got to be better. You know, I didn't pitch well today. I was missing a lot of spots. He's like, you know, he's like, you know, they're a good lineup. They're very good. He's like, but they're not unpitchable. I loved that comment.
Yep.
I know some Mets fans kind of ran with whatever. I love that coming from a starting pitcher. Like, listen, I know that these guys are good. Juan Soto, I get that, whatever, but I believe in myself and I believe in my stuff and I can pitch these guys. I just did not do that today. And that's honesty. When people say, what do you expect them to say? What do you expect? That's what I expect them to say.
Well, we always say be honest. There's never been a time where I say throw somebody under the bus. Because I don't believe in that. Because at the end of the day, you are a team. So you got to be a unit together. And if you do throw somebody under the bus, you do that to them directly when media or cameras are not around.
Exactly.
That's fair game.
Yes.
But being honest is not difficult. And again, it's not throwing somebody under the bus because that's the one thing I hate more than anything when I get that comment. And even from Pops that I had to tell him, I'm like, Pops, look, listen. The fact of the matter is you can't sit there and tell everybody that all is well when things are obviously not well.
When you can see, like, just look at it, you can see it.
That's my problem. You're in a 7-game, with something that you've had a big problem with here recently. Kyle, I'm going to get to your super chat momentarily.
Yeah, we didn't forget you.
Francis had a great point about this. He said, Boone keeps saying it's a tough week. It hasn't been a tough week. It's been a tough month. What are you talking about, tough week? It's been a tough month for this team.
I think,
and he probably means the losing streak has been a whole week.
This past week, yeah,
but still, it hasn't just been a week. Don't check this off as we just had a tough couple of days. No, you haven't.
No.
That's the type of stuff we're talking about, is that you can be honest about that stuff without throwing anybody under the bus. Kyle Malay with the super chat. Gahabagul. He says Dominguez doesn't get that double play in the 7th. Let me say something. You don't know that, Kyle Malay. You don't know that. I'm going to defend
Very good
Jason, all
arm.
right? I'm going to defend Jason. Now, do I believe Jason would have made that same play? Probably not. But I'm going to defend him.
He has a look. I say this. Jason has a great arm. Does Jason Dominguez have a chance at making that play? Does he have the athleticism?
Yeah.
To make that play? 1,000%.
Does he read it wrong off the bat? Very possible.
I was gonna say, like, now the skill aspect of it, right? Does he have the experience to make that read and then in real time realize that Lindor's too far off the bat? All that. That was a very veteran play by Cody Bellinger. You really got to take your hat off because aside from
Baseball
the skill
IQ.
and the ability, the IQ is off the charts in that play. And I think even Lindor like had to tip his cap to him. It's like, bro, that was an amazing play. But to button up that honest Yankees thing, like I heard Rodon, I said, you know what, he's going on the list because that was a tough outing, and he spoke very candidly and honestly about himself. And I was like, that's not the first time he's done it. He's cried in the dugout before. He's been honest, like since he got here, he's been real.
Yep.
And then I heard Luke Weaver, and Luke Weaver was pretty much like, Luke Weaver sounded like he's like, yeah, just not good right now.
Yeah, I heard him say that. I like that he said that.
And
yeah,
again, people think that we're like masochists or something that because we want them to say these things. No, we like when did it become weird to just want the truth? Like I don't know when that happened in society that wanting the truth became like a very weird taboo thing, but like that's all we want. Yes, it bothers me that my guy has to say that about himself, but I respect the shit out of him for being able to stand in front of cameras as a New York Yankee and say, yeah, bro, like since I'm not good, like not good at all, man.
On top of that too, I mean, they're professionals.
Yes.
So there's not like a huge amount of the population that do what they do day in and day out. So
exactly.
It's not like the people that are criticizing you are better at your job.
But bro,
so, you know what I mean? So for you to sit there, it's like, hey, I suck today and I got to be better.
There's nothing wrong with saying that. You're right.
There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's like, bro, like me criticizing them or us saying, hey, we want you to be better because we just want you guys to be accountable for what happens. And as a fan, I respect that more. It's like, oh, if I'm a player, I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? Like
it's not that big of a deal. Like in reality,
it's not really a big deal here.
I feel like the Yankees make this a much bigger deal than it really is. I love probably one of my favorite points that you make consistently when we bring up the accountability thing, even though somehow people have misunderstood what accountability means.
They don't get it.
I don't know how that happened. But this point, and you've made it for years to your credit, that in any other career, in any other job, right? Mm-hmm. Like results are expected and you're kind of held to a standard. And if you don't meet those goals, if you don't have those results, like, you are pulled aside and there's write-ups, there's disciplinary action, there's, there's some kind of consequence. And at some point, if, you don't turn it around and, you get let go, like that's a very normal thing. So when you bring that to the New York Yankees and everybody acts like you're speaking Japanese or something, I don't, because I'm like,
or I'm saying something so bad. It's like, I'm really not. Everybody has a job. Everybody works. And I mention this to you all the time. You've been in management positions. I've been in management positions. If you don't hold that person accountable, the person above you says, well, then you're being held accountable because you're not doing your job, because now it's on you then, because you're not putting them in line, or you're not teaching them. You're not coaching them. And that's what coaching is. I saw today, somebody said, accountability happens like when you're struggling. No. Accountability is forever. Accountability is you got a day in and day out, and you're supposed to meet an expectation. You're held accountable to hitting that. Has nothing to do with if you're struggling, if performance is down. That's not when you come out of nowhere and go, let me hold these guys accountable because they're not performing. No. Accountability is holding each other accountable.
Exactly.
And you do that through good and through bad. That's just the way it goes. Danny with a super chat. Oh, I'm doubling up on the blessings. It's Sunday, baby. He says, salute, gents. There needs to be some drastic changes this season. Pete, you're right. This team is too comfortable. However, I don't know how, I'm assuming, I don't know what that is, but changes won't be in however, maybe changes will not be in the front office. We'll talk about that momentarily also. And there was another one here. Did I miss it? Fire Sauce. Thank you, Fire Sauce. I don't know if you meant to ask a question there, but I don't see anything.
Appreciate your Fire Sauce. I like a little
appreciate
hot sauce
you.
myself.
Apex says Boone got rewarded with this dumb lineup. In my opinion, it was a bad lineup today. Today was a bad lineup.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. The Yankees had a strange lineup today.
It's not the first. The funny thing about that point, though, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time
Not at all.
that the Yankees find the way to win a game with a very, dumb looking lineup on paper. I mean, that's again, this is kind of that thing where it pisses you off because like this is something that that they chalk up to a win for analytics. Like they see that, well, we won that game. It's like, yeah, you made it much harder on yourself than you had.
Exactly. It's like, why did you have to make it so much harder? So, looking at where the Yankees currently stand, the Toronto Blue Jays are red hot.
Okay.
8 wins in a row for the Blue Jays. Yankees 3 back of the American League East. And Yankee fans and NYYU fans, I go back to this. I really believed that September 6th in the Audi Club was going to be like a wasted day. I was like, the Yankees are going to be so far ahead in the division. Who gives a poot right now?
We're just
By the way,
have
folks,
a good time. Yeah.
That game is the Toronto Blue Jays. That game could be determined by who's winning that division. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, you might want to go ahead and get your tickets like legitimately right now.
Yeah.
And also, too, when it comes to the wild card, here's how that stacks up. Because unfortunately, we got to look at this now, Francis. We got to look at the wild card. It's only fair.
Yeah, we got to check both now.
There it is.
They're
The
division
Yankees
leaders,
right
so.
now a game up in the wild card is where they are now. Both Tampa and the Yankees tied up there. Seattle, who the Yankees will be facing next. And that's an important series because worst case scenario happens and Seattle beats us up. The Yankees may be almost finding themselves out of a wild card spot. And that is a scary, scary thought to think about.
And
but
they would play it off like it was nothing. I think that's the worst part of it to me.
It would they would play it off as they got more time.
We're looking at it.
Nothing
We're
urgent.
looking at it like, it's crunch time. Like we gotta get going. Like you gotta wake it up. Like you going to Seattle. You got to play Seattle now.
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
You have a bad series out there. Now you're out of a wild card spot. You're out of a playoff spot altogether. And if that was to happen, they'd be like, yeah, these things happen, and you just gotta come back tomorrow and get after it. And it's like, this is the world that we're living in. It's the Twilight Zone. It's
just no
really
urgency, man.
zone.
And yeah, it's no urgency. And that's the main thing with this club and again, a lot of you in this chat, you're with me more than anybody on this channel. And you hear what I say more than anybody. And a lot of it is repeating because it's the same stuff I've been saying for years now. And I think a lot of fans have recognized it now, and they're also tired of it because it is just, it's become too much now. And after Seattle, by the way, Yankees are off tomorrow on Monday. They go back home to Yankee Stadium. They got 3 against Seattle. The big dumper versus Aaron Judge. That's going to be very interesting to watch to see what he does at Yankee Stadium. And then 3 against the Chicago Cubs. So these are 6 tough games. These are 6 really tough games, right?
It's really, I tell you, the stretch doesn't stop. I mean, really,
it keeps going. Yeah,
it keeps going. You got the Mariners, the Cubs, then you got 3 against the Braves in Atlanta. Yep. Then you're back in freaking Toronto.
Yeah,
bro, it doesn't stop. Like it's gonna be a tough. I mean,
then we got Philly.
Between that Philly's right after the
and then 4 against Tampa. Lord have mercy.
This is before and after the break. I'm telling you, the Yankees there's no reprieve right now. Going into the break, the Yankees have 3 against the Mariners, 3 against the Cubs, and then of course we will break for the All-Star break. They have 5 days off as a team. A couple Yankees are going to the All-Star festivities. I know we'll probably get into that later.
Yeah, definitely.
And then after the All-Star break, right out of the gate, you're in Atlanta for 3 in hot Atlanta. That's a team that's kind of, coming on as of late. They got their guy back, what I'm saying? They're playing good baseball. They're never an easy team to beat. The Yankees haven't, what I'm saying, historically played them necessarily too great either, like the last couple of years. And then right after that, back in freaking Toronto, not even at home. You're going back to Toronto for another 3. And then the Phillies come to New York. And then the Rays come to New York. And the Rays, that's a 4-game set that takes you into the deadline. And of course,
into August,
the 24-hour stream. I mean, dude, the rest of July for the Yankees, it's like, bro, there's no, like, I don't know how you could look at this and be like, and I know that they're trying to play it off like, no, it's, we're calm, we're gonna stay in keel, we're gonna whatever. Yeah, all right, buddy. Like,
No, it's tough. It's tough
pick it up.
because we're going to talk about if the Yankees should buy or sell. I think me and Francis have a different opinion on all that. That
It's
might
not
be
a
pretty
I don't think
intriguing.
I don't think it's a common take right now.
I don't think it's a common take right now, but I think it's something that actually does make a lot of sense. It kind of fixes the roster maybe more. So we'll try to explain that to you guys on what we think and go from there. But it's a tough road ahead. The Yankees right now, you look at their pitching and where they are, it's very scary because, and Francis, by the way, we predicted this, if you remember. We said the Yankees starting pitchers need to go at least 6. If they don't, they're kind of screwed. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
It's exactly what happened. If a Yankee starter doesn't go deep, and Francis pitched before, and I think anybody that has been a pitcher knows this. If you know you got to go out there and your bullpen just hasn't been good, they've been worked, they're tired, your offense has been hit and miss, you're in a really, really tough spot as a starting pitcher because you can't make no mistakes. And that puts the additional pressure on you, especially facing good lineups.
I'll be honest with you. So I agree with that. And I feel like I would just change the last part where it's like, it doesn't necessarily put more pressure on you. You're the one that puts the pressure on yourself. Like you do it,
right.
You kind of do it to yourself. Cause there's some
Right.
guys that have like, I call it the Zach Greinke factor where it's like,
Oh man,
they're just like,
crumble.
they're just like space cadets. Like, you don't like, I've played baseball with guys like this where it's just like, you're like, dude, like what's up with you? Like nothing,
Yeah.
You don't care. Like, I mean, and sometimes it really works. Like I knew a guy who he was a reliever and it really worked for him. You could put him in there no matter what the hell was going on. And he was like, yo, man, did you see that? Like, I think I just saw like a robin, like on top of the thing. And you're like, huh? Like,
That's what you're talking about.
What the fuck are you talking about? But sometimes that works. But for the rest of us who don't have that factor, it's exactly like Pete said. Like you're looking at, I mean, when they put, did you see that picture of Freed before today's game?
Yes.
To me, so this is like, it's a perfect segue because to me, and I'm not gonna speak for him here, but like when I saw that, that's what I thought. I was like, damn, is he sitting there like thinking what a lot of us are thinking, like 6 straight losses?
Yep.
But I didn't get it done. I didn't get it done my last time out. Los is another dog here. He hasn't been able to get it done. Offense has been struggling. They came alive as of late, but we still ain't winning. The bullpen is taxed. Man, I gotta be great today. I gotta be great today. I gotta be nails today. I gotta be good. I gotta whatever. Like we tend to do that to ourselves. And I feel like I imagine in the major league, the same thing happens, but like at a completely different level. I can definitely see somebody like Eric Cole doing that shit to himself. Just because like I don't know, like everybody, I mean, it's a rotation. Everybody kind of wants to be that guy. You want to be that stopper, you want to be the dependable dude, but bro, it's tough. And you're right. I think with the way that the Yankees are playing, it puts pressure. Everybody's putting pressure on themselves right now. I think the bullpen is also trying to put on their Superman cape and do things that maybe it's a little bit out of their comfort zone. I think the lineup, there's some guys in there pressing a little bit, trying to come a little bit out of themselves, trying to swing out of their shoes and put the hero cape on for that. I think everybody's kind of doing that, and that's how these streaks become streaks in the first place. When you start, I mean, I know Vulpi said the other day, we're not going to change our pride, we're not going to whatever, but it's like, I don't know, buddy. Like,
he might want to change. He might want to change quite a bit, to be honest with you.
I hear that, and it's like, dude, like, for somebody like Aaron Judge to say that, like, Aaron Judge can go in a slump and say, like, yeah, I'm not going to change my pride. Aaron Judge, he's a proven commodity. He's a proven commodity. You know what I'm saying? He's like coffee in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going out of style anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like, coffee in the morning, like, that's just it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Vulpi, my guy, you're like, I don't know, you're like boba tea or something. Like, you could be a bat. You could be here today going to, we don't know. Like, I'm just saying, dude, he said, nah, I'm not going to change it. I said, all right.
Take it easy there, brother. Take it easy.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got almost 400 in here. Smack that like, hit that subby, baby. If you have not.
I was saying, I was like, he lucky he said this after post-game season was off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw it afterwards. And the Yankees, Yes Network. I know what you guys are doing. It's as clear as day now. They wait till the post game ends and they post Aaron Boone's comments. But don't worry, I can wait you out. Remember, I go live 24 hours. I'll wait all day if I have to until you post that shit. Don't play with me.
That social media team is doing the Lord's work for Booney, ain't they?
They're working hard, baby.
I mean,
they are working hard. Let me tell you.
The crazy thing is, like, we have shows all up and down throughout the weeks. I mean, whatever. I mean, come on, guys. Look. We're going to comment on the team. It's what we do.
Facts.
We do it better than anybody else. And if you guys, your wits about you, you would have already brought us in for the sit down, buddy. I mean, we're on the same team here.
I tell you what, I'm actually, I'm really, what I'm thankful, but I've had probably more people reach out to me this week than I probably ever had when it comes to just NYYU in general, of people reaching out saying, and even for like play by play.
Yeah.
You know, Pete should be doing your play, or whatever. Like so many, not just really, really nice things from a lot of people saying everybody else is repeating what you guys have been saying for years now. And, you know, other shows I watch, they're repeating the same lingo, like everything. And a lot of people saying you guys have led that charge for a while, and it hasn't been all cute. You know what I mean? It's come out of a lot of attacks from beat writers, from whoever you know, it's come from a lot of attacks, but that's all right because, like I said, man, and I'm honest when I say this, Francis knows this. And for a lot of those people that think, I'll just share this real quick. A lot of people that think that you have to be Mr. Company Man and super nice guy because you won't have any association. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're wrong. You're just wrong. One, the Yankees could tell me tomorrow, hey, I don't like the way you guys talk about us. We're not doing Audi Club. We're not booking you for 150 plus seats. We're not going to give you your people a code that they could get discounted home tickets. We don't got to do that. Why do we got to do that for you? I mean, yeah, it makes us money. Doesn't make me money. It makes them money.
That's true.
But they don't have to. They don't have to fuck with us like that. They don't have to give us tickets to donate away for a charity game. They don't have to do that.
They don't.
And we have insights on some things, and we know what some people have said about us, and actually it's been praised. A lot of the stuff that I said. Some people feel a little bit it's misguided, or the direction of it needs to go to other people. I'll just leave it at that, to some other people. But it's never been something of, I can't mess with you guys. Never had that. So I think people need to understand that these are also grown men. They can take criticism. Trust me. I promise you they can. I promise
they've been getting it their whole lives, no?
Yep. That's right. I promise you.
It's obviously, I get it. It's to a different scale. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I mean, you're a Major League Baseball player. You play for the New York Yankees. I mean, nobody gets here and is shocked by what if a player ever said like, yeah, I couldn't believe, like, I get somebody saying like, oh, it was more than I expected. Okay, that's fine. But to say you were completely shocked by the amount of coverage, by the amount of vitriol after loss, you can't be, bro. Unless you lived under a rock before you became a major leaguer. Yeah. You knew what it was when you got here. This is New York, and we demand excellence, even if the organization no longer does. Like
Derek Hero, he says, and I love it. That's why I'll always love. Nobody could ever make me hate Derek Jeter. I'll always love that man.
Hell no.
He says it all the time. It comes with being a Yankee.
Exactly.
I'm sorry if you can't handle that, then maybe you just shouldn't be here.
It comes when you put on that uniform, and I feel like, sometimes I think that's what bothers me the most, bro. Like I don't know if this happens to you, but like sometimes you're like watching the game, and it's like you feel like, dude, like who are these guys? Like it's like they're imposters wearing the Yankee uniform. Like these guys they don't look like Yankee. They don't look like the Yankees. Like what the hell's going on? Like because I didn't grow up looking at that. Like sometimes it's like, to me, being a Yankee is more than, signing here or getting traded here and putting on the pinstripes. And somewhere along the way, it seems like we kind of lost a little bit about what that means. And we got more, comfortable making excuses and, looking to tomorrow and turning corners and having things right in front of us than actually having them in our grasp. I mean, at what point do you just say when and say, nah, you know what? Like, the fans deserve better than this. I mean, they deserve way more than this. They spend more than freaking damn near any other fan base. They show up here, win or loss. They're freaking here, win or lose every single freaking season. But no, I don't know. It's.
I had a wonderful comment yesterday, and I want to share it. Yankees on Deck. I don't know if you know who they are. Yankees on Deck on Instagram. Got a nice account over there. They share a lot of stuff.
I'll check them out.
They shared me yesterday. The guy shared me, and somebody underneath the comments, and if you're in here, maybe you are forever. I don't know what the last name says, but he said, I've been an NYYU loyalist since 2020. Pete always gives great points, even if sometimes it's a bit over the top, but nonetheless, he is correct on everything that he's been saying. This guy commented, and trust me, folks, I'm an over the top kind of guy. Francis knows when I get angry or when my attitude goes up, it gets loud and a bit and a bit wild at times. Or if I'm trying to, prove a point or to get my
Passionate.
point across, I'm just a very passionate person.
Yeah.
So some people it comes across as, oh my God, this guy's nuts. It's over the top. When really it's just me. It's just who I am.
That's who you
He
are.
responded, and I like this a lot because he shared the whole video of me talking about Halsteimer. He said, yes, he can be over the top, but it comes from passion and care. George Steinbrenner was like that. We hate losing. And this is somebody who I don't know how much he watches. Maybe he's in the chat now. I have no idea, but I appreciate that because
Hell yeah.
that is literally what we say we are and who we are here. We are real fans of this club. Pete, how do you sit there when the Yankees are having a horrible stretch and call the game? Because I love the fucking team. There's a real passion here. That's why today I had some moron, by the way, goes, this is a Yankees fan. Because I criticized Anthony Volpe. I'm not a fan of this club, yet I call every fucking game, yet his bat is right there signed. I mean, and I'm a fan of Anthony Volpe, and I want to see him do good because I criticize him when it's on year 3 and he hasn't performed, that even Anthony Volpe would sit there and go, yeah, I haven't been as good as I want to be, obviously. I think if you went to Anthony Volpe, your career OPS is under 700. Are you happy about that? He'd sit there and go, no.
I think off camera for sure. On camera,
100%. That's what I mean. Like if you're
on
talking
camera,
to him,
I'm not. I don't know anymore. I mean, again, there's Booney's Yankees. They go about things a little different.
Francis be like, nah, I think he might. He
Yeah,
might.
I don't know. Jocko just took me out with one of those comments back. I want
Jocko's a
to
nut.
say it.
What'd he say?
I just want you to read it. It's something about when you were talking about passion and care.
I'd give Meredith passion and care. He loves that. Every time. I got to try to avoid it sometimes because the stuff he
Dude,
says, I'm like, oh my God, take it easy, okay?
But no,
He can't control himself with Meredith Marakovitz. I got to set him up on a date, these two.
I know we got to get them together. I think this last week has been one of those weeks where it's like, yes, the Yankees are not, they're not playing well. They're going through a really, it's kind of like Boone keeps saying it's been a terrible week, but this terrible week has been kind of like the rock bottom of a horrible month and a half stretch here. And I'm saying rock bottom loosely because they could continue falling for all we know. I'm hoping that they don't, but this is me being optimistic here. But in the midst of all that, somehow with NYU, like there's always these times always end up being some of our like best times in the sense where it's the times where we connect most and we resonate most, because in times like this, only the real is going to cut through. That's right. Times like this, people get tired of listening to the regurgitated script of, no, we got this, people don't want to hear that. So when things start getting really bad, people turn off the other guys. People stop watching the other guy. People stop liking and retweeting the other guy. And they start looking, no, I don't want to hear that shit today. I don't want to hear that shit today. And then all of a sudden, boom, here we are. The clouds open up and the bright sun of NYU shines on the world. And I love it because, I mean, like you said, you got that message. I got a couple messages this week. I haven't even shared, but I got a couple messages this week after Bronx or Nothing, All Rise. Yep. And I mean, dude, it's like sometimes you don't even know what to say because it's just like, I mean, I'm just, we're just doing being honest and whatever. But I am grateful for it because it's like, I mean, yeah, it's a blessing to, be able to do this. It's something that we love doing, and that's where the passion comes from. I think because that's what somebody says, like, damn, Bronx and you guys were like hot, all of you. I'm like, I mean, you got 3 diehard fans of this team that live and die with every pitch, and we had just finished witnessing a 4-game sweep that kicked us out of first place, that came at the hands of the Toronto Blue Jays, and we had to deal with Toronto Blue Jays fans who might be some of the corniest motherfuckers. I mean, the ones of you who are here in this chat, can y'all talk to the other guy? Like, because why do we only we know we
had some of them in here, by the way, that were I was getting a little hot because I'm like, all right, you guys are never in here, but we had a lot of them also be like, nah, they were like, these guys have not been biased. Yeah, this is a cool place to be. Like, I shouted them out. I'm like, good for them. I mean, look, they beat us. Good. They should be in first place then if they beat us.
We get the
what are you gonna do?
Fans of the other fan bases, like the Mets fans that are subscribed here are cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the dopest of the dope people that you'll find. Like, and the same thing. We got Red Sox fans, Texas fans, Astros fans,
everybody, Astros
every
fans,
fan base, Dodgers people that are freaking religious watching our stuff, bro. Yeah. And it's the dopest people you'll ever meet. But it's like, dude, of course, like you caught us that night. Like, yeah, there's a lot of passion. I was like, it's real fan. Like, when the real talk for the real fan is not just a cute slogan. It's like, oh yeah, this sounds good. So like, let's put that out there. Like, that shit was well thought out, and I think it was a stroke of genius by the the dude on the, I guess it would be my left when you guys are watching. Stroke of genius, because honestly, that's what we are. That's what it's real fans giving you the real talk for you, like for the fans, by the fans. That's what we do, and that's why it comes up the way it does. So yeah, man, I'm this week has been like a real dope week with us, with our community.
It has been, no doubt about it. Got a couple of super chats, guys, that we'll talk about All-Stars and then get into the meat of the conversation today. That is the trade deadline. It's going to be interesting.
Oh boy.
Adam says Rice trade clears lineup jam and gets the best return. Hold on for that, brother. We'll talk about that here momentarily. Connor O'Neill, gold member of the U.
Thank you for being a friend.
I love gold.
Guys, cool. Getting here late, catching up. I didn't think Simon had a cell phone. How was he the first to figure out texting voicemail? I thought he used a rotary phone. Don't forget, smash a pass tonight. We'll try to get a smash a pass in tonight.
Oh, he said that because he sent me a really good one.
Okay, well, that's even better.
I'll share it with you. Yes.
When we have one, I don't mind doing it, but it's kind of hard to think about it on the top of your head and get a good one.
He sent a good one.
Because if I do one, I'm like, this is going to be an obvious smash. Zoch Apple says, still have to play the Astros twice. No, the Yankees got a tough schedule. Still ahead of them, no doubt about it. And then we have one more here. Kyle Malay says, Washington can fire the GM and the manager, but New York can't. Well, Kyle, let's be honest, brother. I'm not trying to knock this or stick up for the Yankees. They're both in very different situations.
Very different.
I'm just saying, like, do I want both guys fired? Yes. Do I think the Yankees should move on for both? Yes. But it's a little bit different.
In season, no. Here's my thing. I knew that when that news dropped, I knew there was going to be a ton of Yankees fans that grabbed onto that.
I got a bunch of tags and messages from it.
Why can't we do this? Why can't we? Like, dude, it's the Nationals. Nationals are not expected to make a playoff run this year. They're not expected to, win, have a significantly winning record this year. Like, this is a year where they were touted to take another step in the right direction. I do feel like they are doing that. It was kind of interesting to me when I saw that come down, because I was doing a little bit of a post-mortem on Mike Rizzo, and I was like, I mean, Rizzo navigated some choppy waters for DB. I mean, in a way that I'm not sure there's very many other GMs that would have been able to handle it that way. And some people will say, well, you can say that about you can't say that about Cashman. I mean, Rizzo did it without Steinbrenner's wallet. So yes, I will say that about Rizzo and have a different tone when I speak about Cashman. And it's not to disparage Cashman here, but I'm just saying, dude, like that the Rizzo one was a little surprising, unless they have their new guy in mind and they're going to go in a different direction. I tell you this, if they go and grab that guy who I've been looking at, Dodgers, I am going to have a conniption. Live on
Let me answer somebody here. Tankster says, ha, 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 you called for that in 2024 and they went to the World Series. Tankster, can you remind me what happened in the World Series? And I could wait for you if you don't mind. But I would like, because you had a big mouth to talk up, I would love for you to answer me and tell me exactly what happened in the World Series. And is it not the same thing that's happened to this club almost every single year, to the point that we're still seeing it this year? And it's obviously not only the players, because the players have changed, yet it's been the same damn thing since 2018. So if you don't mind throwing that in the chat and just letting me know what happened in the World Series and why the Yankees lost. Not just that they lost. Let me know exactly what happened and how they lost. It really wasn't the Dodgers that beat them. And I'm not taking much away from the Dodgers. They did win. But tell me exactly who beat who in that World Series. And is it the same stuff we've been talking about since 2018? But anyway, we'll wait for Tanks. He may never respond, to be honest. A lot of times that happens. You just never,
you know how it goes.
Respond. Oh, there he goes. He goes, they got there, right? They lost. How about, I don't even know what the hell he's saying. He just said, how about they lost to a better team? Not really. I hate saying it. I do think they're a better team, but if you watch that again, the problems that we talk about is where the Yankees lost.
But he's not.
Series.
Here's my thing. All respect to you, Tankster. You're in here, whatever. I hope you like the video and stuff like that. If you're not a subscriber, though, a little bit less respect for that.
He is. He's a subscriber. Yeah.
All right, so then you are all my respect to you, brother. But what I will say is this, Tank. You're not answering the question. He said, who beat who? You answered with the same thing that we already presented. We all know the Yankees lost the World Series. The question was, who beat who? We're not arguing that the Yankees were a better team than the Los Angeles Dodgers. would be the first people to tell you at the beginning of last year. You can go watch it. That the Dodgers were the best team in baseball on paper, and when the game started being played. But when it got to the World Series, what actually happened was the Yankees didn't get beat by the better team. The Yankees beat themselves for the better team.
Yeah.
We beat ourselves, and they gave it. They said, hey, here you go. Don't worry about it. You don't got to beat us.
Yeah.
We'll take care of that. Like,
And then after it, the Dodgers told everybody what the problems have been for years, and specifically what the problem was this year. That the Yankees will beat themselves. Just put the ball in play.
Exactly.
Play them like a little league team, and they will beat themselves.
We're not making this up. That stuff is documented. It's all over the place. They literally made it a part of their victory lap tour to remind the world that they didn't beat us.
Yeah.
They made it a part of it. They said, no, they wanted everybody to know, just in case you didn't know this. Like, we didn't beat them. We didn't have to. This is a team that beat like
they beat themselves. Exactly. And on top of that, Tankster, what you literally just did. This is exactly what you literally just did. It's very, very simple. You just proved our point about the problem with some of the fan base and this organization is that you're seeing that as a success and as a victory. That's the biggest problem right there, is you see going to the World Series as a success and a victory. I'm the first person that I've said this for a long time. I want Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman to win the World Series. I root for them to win the World Series.
Exactly.
But I'm also not going to sit here and not call out the things that I obviously see that are now basically becoming proven and common thought among fans that I've been talking about and this channel has been talking about for years now. So at the end of the day, you literally, what the question you said really just proved our point, because you see that as a success. It's not a success. Going to the World Series as a New York Yankee is not a success. Maybe you've been listening to Jeff Passan too long.
And if you think that we're being obtuse or anything like that, bro, take it from one of the players on the team. Giancarlo Stanton said it, and it was made public on purpose.
And what do you call him now? What is that? What is that list?
He's one of the honest Yankees. He might be the leader of the pack, the one who does it like it is. He said, I don't want to see anybody walking around this clubhouse with that ring on their finger. Why? Is there something wrong with him that he doesn't see that as a success? I mean, this is, I think people, and I don't want to do a deep dive on this. I'll just say this. I think people may be missing just how deep of a statement that is from Giancarlo Stanton, because this is a guy who might never win a World Series. He's at the end of his career. He's not Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
He's not, Louis Hill, Clark Schmidt, Ben Wright. He's none of those guys.
That's right.
And he's saying it to those guys like, don't you dare wear that ring. A guy who might never win one and get the real one is saying that even he is not going to celebrate that shit, knowing that he might not get the real deal. Like, that's right. That's why that shit means something to me, because that's a Yankee. That's a Yankee.
Yep. And Jake, hey, see, this is a problem with people. Jake, you gotta wait, Jake. Why y'all aren't being realistic? Why would they sell? Who said they're selling?
We haven't even talked about the deadline.
We haven't even talked about it yet, Jake. Jake, come on, Jake. Don't put words in our mouth here. We never said that. Wait for a second. We're going to get to the All-Stars, and then we're going to talk about what we think the Yankees should do. But calm down there, Jake. Nobody said the Yankees should sell. It's never happened. Never been said here at all. All-Stars for the Yankees, Francis, of course, starting is, of course, Aaron James Judge in right field. Maximus Decimus Friedius. And a surprise a little bit, I think, in our good friend Jazz Chisholm making the All-Stars. What do you think? What's your thoughts on who made it for the Yanks?
Obviously, Judge, not much to say there. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I also feel that Max Fried should have been somewhere in the mix. I also feel like that is a no-brainer. I know that Tarek Skubal is the guy in the American League. We get that.
Facts.
No, we're not going to, can't take anything away from him. There's a couple other guys doing very well. Hunter Brown's having a good year. Two guys from Seattle also having great years. But you look at Max Fried and the way he matches up in the American League, and he 1000% belongs there. He has been such a stabilizing presence for the Yankees, saved the last couple of starts. I know some people are going to have a little bit of recency bias there and be like, oh, he doesn't look too good right now. He 1000% belongs there. Jazz Chisholm, if you look at the way he started the year, there was no way in the bluest of hells that I would have said that the guy was going to be an all-star.
Agreed.
But
he's really picked it up, man.
When he went on the IL, we said it here. I don't know if it was this show or All Rise. It could have been a Bronx or Nothing. Might have been a Bronx or Nothing, because I think Kev was there when it was just having the conversation. Like, but this might be exactly what he needs. Like, get down, reset. You know what I'm saying? Just restart. Like, literally flush the beginning of the season. come back and start again. Did the net when you come back, that's going to be your opening day. Like forget what happened, and it seems like that's what he's done. He's turned the page.
Yeah.
Yes, defensively hasn't been the greatest, but again, he's trying to do what the team is asking him to do and playing third base, a position that's not his natural position. So these things are going to happen. But offensively, he's been a different guy, night and day.
No
Two-man
doubt.
follow through, a different approach, a little bit less aggressive. He's getting results. And guess what? The power numbers have still been there. Even some people, they fight against players. Oh, but less aggressive. The numbers of the pop number, those will go down. The power numbers, not true. He's been, same power threat as always, and just hitting for a better average, getting on base more, able to use his athleticism. So I'm very glad that Jazz Chisholm was able to make this all-star roster. I'll listen to arguments from other people on why he should not be there. I can hear you, but I'm not going to be angry that he's there. I think he's deserving.
I agree. I mean, look, you look over his last 30 games, 315, 385, 602 is his slugging percentage. The man has gone off since coming back. And this is the guy that me and you were talking about. You're extending Aaron Boone. Why are you not thinking of maybe extending a guy like Jazz? And is that even a little premature? Potentially, because you want to see what he could do over a full season. So that's fair game. But overall in the year, I mean, 15 bombs, 245 average, 341 on base percentage, 841 OPS. Folks, those are crazy good numbers right now for Jazz. I mean, it's solid. I said the whole time I would like to see him hit over 260, but he got such a bad start. There's still a good chance he potentially could. And we predicted possible 30-30 from Jazz. You may get it. You may get 30-30 from Jazz, as it looks like Francis is frozen right now. I don't know if he's still there. No, he's frozen. So I'm going to keep going from here, folks. We'll see what goes on with Francis if he gets back on or what happened. I'll probably message me just in case, but I love how he froze like that. Look at that. Let's just do it together. Ready? I thought maybe he'd come back. Anyway, he's not back yet. Play Pat. Anyway, I do believe everybody agrees that, no doubt about it, what's his name? Jazz Chisholm should definitely make the All-Star game. But Play Pat adds in, Boone is like your friend who becomes your boss. If he started holding people accountable now, nobody would respect it because it's fabricated. I'm right there with you, brother. That makes it a whole lot tougher to do that. Makes it a whole lot tougher to do that. But I wanted Francis obviously to be here. I haven't got a message from him, so I want to wait. But I do want to talk about the trade deadline and something I find very, very interesting here on what the Yankees could potentially do. But the Yankees right now, forget where they are, forget the roster, forget that the Yankees are in second place. Forget all that. Look, I'm going to make this very simple for everybody. It doesn't matter how bad the Yankees are, how bad things get for the Yankees. None of that matters. They're never going to sell. We all know that. The Yankees are never going to sit there with the way things are structured now and simply just say, sorry, guys, we're out. We're going to sell. We're done here. That's all there is to it. That's just not going to happen. It's not who they are. It's not in their DNA. It's not what this club does. They're never, ever going to consider doing that. As Francis is now back. You hear me? You're good?
Yeah, I hear. I think like my internet cut out or something. It's like everything.
I see, bro. I tried to freeze with you too. I said, and it didn't work. I was like, if I freeze with them, maybe it'll happen. But I'm just basically, I don't know if you heard the last part here, but I'm just saying the Yankees aren't going to sell. This team is not built for that. It's not who they are. It's not what they do. They don't go out there and just say, we got a chance to make this. Look, they said we're just become a just get in organization. So they're not going to go out there and sell. Here's what I think they should do. And we talked about this and we want to talk about it with you all. I do believe they're actually in a very good position to buy, sell. What is a buy, sell, you may ask? Well, sell from strength.
Yeah.
Sell from strength. Sell from something where maybe some guys who are on the final year of the deal, they got a decent amount of money on that contract. Maybe you go ahead and have a team take some of that money, which frees you up to add another player that fits a little bit better. And it's called being creative. It's something, again, that I've talked about with Brian Cashman for some time. Become creative. And why would we say this? Well, the Yankees got in the outfield Trent Grisham, who could be available, Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, some catching depth. There's a lot of things there that the Yankees can do to be a bit creative. Francis, where are you when it comes to that? Do you kind of agree with that, or is there a certain player that you would put out there more so than anybody else?
So yeah, I'm 100% with you there. I think what I look at this deadline as what I look as the possibility for this is a retool, right? So you call it a buy sell, I call it retooling, and I think that's what retooling entails. Like
Agreed.
you're gonna be sending some guys away, and that initially might look like, wait, the Yankees are selling, like, and you might say like, well, which guys, right? So I'm saying you said it well from a position of strength, right? The Yankees are carrying 3 catchers right now, right? Whether people like it, don't like it, some people make the argument, oh, Ben Rice is not a give Ben Rice the reps. Let's see, you don't know, right? But for all intents and purposes, the Yankees are carrying 3 catchers. You could say that is a position of strength right now. You could also say that the first base situation is a little bit similar because you could say, well, you got Goldie, who started out the year very, very hot, could have been somebody that could have even got a look at All-Star there for first base with the way he started out the year, and then kind of cooled off as of late, we see. But Goldie plays first base. Ben Rice also plays first base. Also, work to be done there. Get it. But 2 viable options there as well. Then you got the outfield. And the outfield is where things get interesting. Probably the most interesting.
Yes,
because in the outfield, you have Aaron Judge, who is the staple, the best in baseball, right? Then you got, after Aaron Judge, you have 3 other major league options for outfield who all have a case for playing time. The only problem is there's only 2 other outfield spots, and you have the logjam at DH because Giancarlo Stanton is still here, and guys are going to need DH days. Who are those guys, you ask? Jason Dominguez, Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham. These are the names that you think of, and it gets interesting. Now, I'm going to take one name off the table immediately. Jason Dominguez. I'm not trading Dominguez, and I don't believe the Yankees are trading Dominguez. As
I don't think so either. Definitely not midseason.
Right? We've had this conversation many times. We're not saying that it's not something they would do because, look at the way that he's kind of been treated. You never know, but it's not a midseason trade, right? The way Pete said it, I think that's the way you guys got to understand it. This is not a deal that materializes in the middle of a season. That's a very big deal. So take him off the table. But then you might say, you're leaving Cody on the table. Cody makes a lot of money. Yes, but Cody's an expiring contract. He has an option after this season. And with the season that he's having, whether people believe it or not, he can opt out and add a lot of money on that back end of that deal. Significant money, which is not 100, 200 million. That's not what I'm talking about here. He's not in that market. He's not thinking that. But if he can add 60 million, 65 million, 70 million, he's going to add that money, guys. Like, that's going to happen. That's a very real thing. So if somebody like the Yankees knows that, Cody knows that, and other teams out there in the playoff hunt know that, yes, they might 1000% listen and say, hey, well, what would it take? What would it take? I mean, we're only on the hook for the rest of this year, right? So it's a Cody Bellinger. So it's not 20 million. It's less than 20. You're talking like what, 12 and a half, something like that. It's a very low number for a left-handed, great outfielder, center fielder, left fielder. And you guys saw it today. I mean, what better argument for Cody can be made than the play he made today?
Yeah.
That's what you'd be bringing in Cody Bellinger. And then you got Trent Grisham. Look at how Trent Grisham started. You're telling me that there's not 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 teams who wouldn't say this guy can help us on a playoff stretch run? I mean, a guy who can be
definitely
a outfielder, a guy who can start as your center fielder, a guy who's, even as he's cooled off offensively, is still hitting the occasional home run and but so those are the names that are in that I'm thinking of. I'm not necessarily thinking of any of the pitching and stuff like that. I think the blow to Clark Schmidt is that kind of makes me look at the rotation as somewhere where you want to add if you can. But I'm not looking at trading any of them right now.
Yeah. So as we got a super chat here from Slime since 09. Okay. Just imagine Giancarlo as manager. Just saying, that would be pretty damn interesting. Continuing on what you said, here's the other thing too, and you could really get a little dramatic with this if you wanted to. Spencer Jones is also an outfielder that is on the mend and plays very, very good defense. Everybody raves about his defense overall. You've never heard a bad thing about him defensively, really. So he's also a bit in that fold of somebody that could come up and replace and all that. And
I mean, he's at AAA, right?
he's at AAA now. And he's absolutely tearing AAA apart, which I actually expected that he would tear AAA apart. It's a little different than
He's in
AA.
the conversation then, because that's one step away.
He's in the conversation, but here's the other thing that I really like about Cody Bellinger. And I agree with you, because I guess what I should ask you then is, out of those two guys, Belly or Grisham, who would you prefer to deal?
I would prefer to deal Grisham.
That's where I am.
I prefer to deal Grisham. And the reason that I pause is because there's the money on Cody's deal.
Right.
But I feel like that kind of works almost to the Yankees' favor in a sense, because if he opts out, right, which I do think that he's going to do with the season he's having.
Oh, he's having a great year. He should opt out. I mean, there's no way. He should definitely opt out.
So if he opts out, then like literally it's the end of the season, and then that's it. And then he opts out, and then you make a decision on, okay, do we want to bring him back? Do we want to spend that money, or is Spencer ready? If we think Spencer is ready, and I think that that's what the Yankees have done, right? We always kind of get on them for not doing these things the right way. But with Spencer, at least, they are doing this the right way. They called him up to AAA early enough in the year that by season's end, barring, anything crazy, knock on wood, hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah.
They will have an idea on whether or not this guy's going to be able to play majors next year. They'll know.
Well, let me break this down a little bit here. That I think is very interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like about Cody a lot? Put him at first base. And he's really good at first base.
That's where it gets.
This is where it gets interesting. Because the way I see it, and fans, you're not going to like this, so buckle up. I'm sorry, but you're not going to like this. If there's a big deal out there that could be made, and Ben Rice has to be in that deal, I consider it. And let me explain to you why I consider it. And I'm going to tell you why I consider this. And I know you guys are, and I would keep Goldie for this reason. If it's a tough lefty, Bellinger hits lefties.
Yes.
Let's say you traded Rice and you also trade Trent Grisham. And those are just spots that are, and this is the sell, quote unquote, sell part of our buy.
This is the sell part of the retool.
The sell part of the retool, the buy, whatever the hell you want to call it, right?
Oh, there's somebody else I would sell too. I just haven't said the name yet.
We'll get to them. I want to just stick on these guys right now, but I definitely want to hear who else you would actually move. But in that regard, right? And again, guys, it really depends on the player you get. I don't know that right now, so I just want to kind of stick on this little mindset of what it could look like for the Yankees.
Exactly.
Against right-handed pitching, if you decided we're going to call up Spencer Jones because that's the replacement for Grisham. We know that defense is there. That defense is very good. We know that. Against right-handers, Bellinger can play first base. Against tough lefties, Goldie plays first. Bellinger goes to center field. So it's almost more perfect. You almost would finally have a lineup that you look at and go, it's kind of set. We don't have all these question marks left and right. Now just think about this. Think about one more thing.
In and out.
Correct. Think about, as Bob Nightingale said, the Yankees would love to have Geno Suarez. I think a lot of teams would love to have Geno Suarez.
Yes.
Let's just say somehow they got their right-handed hitting third baseman. That's good because they saved some money and they're able to fit it. And they're like, we're good here. That's great.
Yeah.
What if you did that and your third baseman is Geno, your shortstop is Vulpi, your second baseman is Jazz, and your first baseman is Bellinger? Your outfield is lined up still perfectly. You got G as your DH. You can still mix that up a little bit and whatever else they may add. But that's just part of the idea of a retool that they could do. That, to me, makes a lot of sense. Because, look, you do got to be risky here. Brian Cashman does say this a lot. If there's something you want, it typically is going to hurt. Am I sitting here vouching for Ben Rice to be traded? No, definitely not. I like Ben Rice.
In the right deal, though.
In the right deal, you may have to. And I would say keep Goldie because, look, Paul, You're up there in age. You're slowing down a little bit, but your glove, nobody could deny your glove. And it's also not a downgrade when Bellinger plays first base because he's so damn good at first base.
And when we get, and that's what I'm saying. And then when you get to that, you cross that bridge when you get there, obviously. But then you say, oh, well, if Bellinger opts out and you traded Goldie and you say traded Ben Rice, or no, I'm sorry, you traded Ben Rice, Bellinger opts out, Goldie's deal expires. You don't have a first baseman next year. Yes, but you have options. You can re-sign Bellinger if you want to continue down that route. You can even re-sign Goldie probably to a similar deal, maybe a little less money for another year. Like you have the options at first base. You're not gonna be without that, right? We're not getting rid of a premium position here. Is what
and I never. Somebody in the chat just said Ben Rice for a rental. No, I never said that.
No,
I never said Ben Rice for a rental. Nobody said that.
Well, here's my thing.
I wouldn't trade him for a rental.
Here's my thing, though.
Who's the other player that you were talking about?
I would explore the market on Devin Williams, and here's why. The bullpen. I know. Initially, people are gonna say you would trade from this bullpen that's already like shot.
Oh, I want to hear this because I honestly don't think it's a terrible idea off the top.
Here's what I'm saying. National League teams know Devin Williams better than the Yankees and pretty much any American team, right? There's a lot of national teams in the hunt. The National League is very, very good. It's better than the American League. There are way more teams in the hunt. There are teams that maybe record-wise right now they're not trending playoff, but they're close enough that they would try something. Devin Williams is a try something trade. Why? Because it's an expiring deal. So he's a very attractive option, even with the way he started off the year with the Yankees, because a lot of teams are looking at that are saying, yeah, but that was the Yankees. It's the Bronx. Like that could not work. He went to the American League, went to the AL East. That's not an easy jump for a lot of guys or whatever. Now look at, he's been a little bit better as of late. He's looking like himself. That it's still in there. You still see the Airbender is still there. Like he still has his stuff. It's just a matter of maybe it's not working there. It might work with us though. Let's see it. It's not going to take much. He's an expiring deal. We can maybe give him some prospect. Maybe we do a reliever for reliever swap, whatever it is. But you get his money off the books, which is not the lowest number because he is a guy who is headed towards free agency. So now you know that ARB number is a little bit bloated. He's been good. He's been an all-star. He's won reliever of the year. All that stuff factors in. You're moving that off, and you're moving it off saying this, right? Some people are saying, Francis, you're trading from a bullpen that's already hurt. Guys, let's be honest. I want to ask you guys a question here. Let's be straight up real. Pose it to you, Pete, but I want to hear you guys in the chat. In October, in a tight spot, everything as it is now, you trust Devin Williams on the Yankees?
No, definitely
Let's
not.
just be real.
He hasn't earned my trust. And let's be honest, he's never earned anybody's trust in the postseason.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not disrespect to him, but he's never earned anybody's trust in the postseason.
Let's be real here. The postseason has been a little bit of a house of horrors for him, period. But imagine on the Yankees. Like, is anybody sitting here saying, no, we cannot trade him. He's off the table. We need this guy. Bro, we don't know that he's gonna.
I don't think anybody's going to bat for him like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm saying we don't know that he's going to work for us in October. And I know that we traded for him because we thought that he was going to bolster this amazing bullpen or whatever. It just hasn't worked out. Those things happen. If there's a possibility to hit the eject button at the trade deadline with Devin Williams and get something back for him, dude, you have to do it. You have to.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
And
I don't think you're wrong at all.
Pete, he's an attractive name. I feel like there's a lot of teams out there that if Cashman said, yeah, we're listening, I think a lot of people call. Look, people might think I'm crazy. I think the Dodgers are calling. Phillies are calling.
Phillies are definitely calling. They need a closer.
The Mets might call.
The Mets.
The Mets wouldn't want. The Mets might call.
Yeah.
It's an expiring deal. A top flight reliever, a reliever of the year, all-star reliever. Like, dude, those guys don't shake loose off of playoff teams. If the Yankees said, well, willing to listen to him, people would call for sure. So then you might be able to pit offers against offers. You might end up getting more than you even thought you would.
Hey, look what was gone for Chapman.
Exactly.
And again, I'm not, Chapman was having a much better season, but over Devin Williams' last 15 games, he's pitching to a 3.14 ERA. His last 7, 2.57. He's been a lot more like the guy that, like you said, you'd hope he is. But even more so, like you said before, would anybody really trust him in any big moments?
Because that's what we're thinking about here. Like we're not
Yeah,
thinking
of course. Of
again.
course.
I wouldn't be trading him because it's like no, he's not going to be good for us the rest of the
Or
season.
just to do it. Yeah, no.
He might be lights out the rest of the season. This is not a deal where I'm thinking about the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
This is a deal where I'm looking ahead to October. And you might say, well, with this team right now, like, is that the right thing to do? I think so, because even if they don't make October, I'd be even happier that we traded Devin Williams.
Agreed.
The Yankees missed the
100%.
playoffs.
Yeah,
I'd
you definitely you wouldn't want
I'd
to keep
be
him.
even happier that they got rid of the deadline. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not saying get rid of him and don't bring relievers in. I think that reliever is one of the places that it's a part of my retool. Like, so yes, while Devin Williams is on the outside of my list, I also have names on the inside of my list that are relievers, high leverage relievers that throw the ball hard and miss bats and get guys out.
Yeah.
That's a part of the retool.
And
It's trading people.
That's exactly what the Yankees need. And, you know, I pose another question now, too, because I think we may have talked about this last Designated Spitters episode. We all kind of looked at it, was like, yeah, definitely not. I don't think I would even consider that or even thinking about it whatsoever. The Marlins are starting to play really good baseball.
Yeah.
The Yankees lose Clark Schmidt.
Yep.
You already know where I'm going. Is it something even more so now? Do you consider it? Because we don't know what Louis Hill is going to be. Hell, we don't know if Louis Hill is going to pitch this year. All indications point that probably in August, which, by the way, if you remember, I predicted August.
Yep.
At the beginning of the year. And he is likely going to be back in. I guess there's an outside chance, maybe the end of the month. But it does feel more like August is when he'll be back. Sandy's on that table. Sandy hasn't been good, man. He hasn't been that. I think his last outing gave up 5 runs. Are you still staying away even if they called and said, hey, even for a smaller, like, is it something you consider now because Schmidt is gone? And the Yankees really do have 2 starters right now, and that's it?
Yes. It's not even just about this year.
So you don't want Sandy whatsoever. Forget about it.
No. I said no, it's something I consider.
Oh, okay.
I made a complete 180 from my position last week because of the Clark Schmidt injury. Look, this stuff with Schmidt is concerning on multiple levels for me. It's concerning because he said he was dealing with this for 3 or 4 weeks. And I get it. I get that, you know, people came out and said, well, you know, that's not up to the team. If the player is passing, you know, all his tests and he's feeling well, whatever. Yeah, I get that. But like, at what point do we sit a guy down and say forearm tightness is nothing to freaking play with, though? Like, this is not a joke.
That's dangerous. Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't just send a guy for an MRI. Yes, the fuck you can. Yes, you can. Like, you've seen it in the NFL. You see it in the NBA. Like, there's certain things you don't play with. I mean, in the NBA right now, right, there's the epidemic of the Achilles injury, right? And everybody's saying, well, why does this keep happening? Whatever. Why does it keep happening? I'll tell you why it keeps happening. Because guys keep going on the floor with calf injuries. They keep playing with calf injuries.
That's right.
Why does the UCL thing in baseball keep happening? I'll tell you why it keeps happening. Because guys keep going out there with forearm tightness. That, like, we know that these are precursors. These are red flags. These are, you know, and we still keep saying, nah, but it's not going to be me. Yes, it is going to be you. It's going to be you. It's going to be him. And it's going to be the next guy. Like, so when this happened with Schmidt, and again, this is not to kick a guy when he's down, because like, Schmidt he's one of the best. He's one of our best guys. He's one of our best arms. Great talent. And he seems, for all intents, he seems like a great freaking dude, bro. But, and again, he's an athlete. This is what athletes do. Like, they want to compete. They don't care. Like, they want to be out there. They don't care if their arm is hanging off. But this is something that did open my eyes, because we've been saying it a lot in the last, you know, couple of days, that, you know, he's been this way since the Yankees drafted him.
Yeah, right? They always knew. They always knew
this or whatever. And at this point, this is Tommy John. Okay, guys, like, this is the one. This is that surgery. We don't know what version of him we're gonna have on the way back. We don't know. Like, we don't know any of that. Louis Hill, like you just said, like, I loved the prospect of Louis Hill with Clark Schmidt being here, because it gave Louis Hill a buffer to kind of, you know, maybe have a rough landing, not himself for a little while, whatever like that. But now Schmidt is gone. Stroman is making meaningful starts in this freaking rotation. Will Warren is making meaningful starts in this rotation. Early season Rodon seems to have returned, right? I'm not worried about Max Fried. We don't know what Hill's going to be. Now it's like, dude, what if Hill comes back and he doesn't figure it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a big problem. The rotation it was a problem coming in, and it's a problem in the middle of the year. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I'm gonna keep saying that because if the playoffs started tomorrow, you're going Freed, Rodon, and who? Warren, Stroman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like,
I mean, it's a mess. It's absolutely a mess right now. You're not winning with what they have in their
again,
rotation currently. It's going to be very difficult.
people will push back on and say, okay, but you're gonna go Freed, Rodon, and Sandy, dude. I don't.
Hey, let me say something real quick. Sandy's ERA might be 7.
Yes,
His ERA might be 7. All right.
his ERA might be a fat ass.
It might be a big fat ass, a big fat 7. But his FIP is a 4.5. Okay?
Listen,
The FIP is a 4.5. Here's his problem.
change of scenery. You never know.
You know what his problem? But it's if you look at the numbers and you break it down, Sandy's biggest problem is he's not throwing strikes this year as much.
Yeah,
And that's a common thing coming back from surgery, by the way.
yeah. Control.
It's a very common thing, control. He doesn't have no control right now. So typically the last couple of years, I'll go back to his most dominating years, right? 21, 22. 21, 2.2 walks per 9. 22, 2 walks per 9. 2023, 2.3 walks per 9. This year, 3.7 walks per 9.
No
That's the major issue for a guy like Sandy is the command has not been where he needs it right now. Velo's still there. He still throws one of the hardest fastballs in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
All that is still there. So if somebody were to tell me, you want to throw a Hail Mary, Pete, I need you to throw me a Hail Mary. I need you to throw me something that maybe could work and really boost us, or it's going to look like dog shit. You decide. We'll see how it goes. You tell me. I'd be honest with you. I might throw my cap in there on Sandy. I might throw my hat in there on Sandy. Just
I'm
because
there.
if something clicked and all of a sudden those strikes are being thrown a little bit, you got a really nice 1, 2, 3 again. And again, would anybody be shocked if Sandy just like put it together? I don't know why you would. He's a very good pitcher. I mean, he has been absolute dog shit. Yeah. I'm joking when I say the FIP is 4.5. It is 4.5, but he's been dog shit. Like he's been that bad. But I do think when you look into it, it's a command thing. And who knows when that command clicks? We've seen this with a lot of guys coming back from surgery.
He's had spurts, recently too. Like the last couple starts kind of derailed it, but he was, kind of putting together a stretch there where it seemed like, okay, it's starting to click for him or whatever. And then, a little bit of regression. You don't know. Like, again, I know a lot of times a lot is made of this change of scenery thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something to that, guys. Like that's not a myth for everybody. Yes,
no, it's definitely not.
For some people, it doesn't really matter. Like they are who they are, and that's it. But sometimes you need to get out of there. You need to get into a different environment. Guys, listen to Jazz Chisholm and look at his experience. Okay, when you listen to what Jazz is saying about being a Yankee and what it feels like to walk the building every day and put on this uniform and play in front of these fans. Look, no disrespect to Miami. Like this is not that podcast. We're not trying to, whatever, shit on anybody here. But bro, you look at those games, you look at that stadium, it's half empty most of the time. And I think half empty is being generous. I mean, it's nuts. They built a beautiful state-of-the-art stadium down there in Miami, and people can't be bothered. They don't care. Like that stadium, the only time you ever see that stadium full is for the WBC, which we will be at next year. But for Marlins games, dude, I don't remember the last time I saw that stadium packed for a Marlins game. And that just like, again, you might say that doesn't matter. Like you got to play. Yes, you do. But sometimes pressure brings something different out of people. Soto spoke about it. Jazz Chisholm has been saying it to anybody who will listen ever since he got traded here. Even now with the stretch the Yankees are playing, he's like, this is nothing compared to what I went through down in Miami. Like for him, this is nothing. So who knows? You bring Sandy over here and something clicks because it's like, dude, I'm on the freaking Yankees now. This team wants to win like now. Like this is not a project team. This is not we're building towards something. This is like, nah, brother, it's been built for centuries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, we need to win. And yesterday,
no doubt.
That shit might wake them up. It could be a shock to the system. You don't know.
You never know. You never know. I'm there with you.
Yeah, you
got a couple of super chats here. Smooth Operator says, Pete, Francesa on his show today mentioned Ryan McMahon that he should be the target I think Gino Suarez should be the number one target. Which one do we get? Well, I don't know if we get any of them, but
Either of them,
I've been a fan of Ryan McMahon for a while. I just don't know if another lefty bat is the answer for this club. They've already got quite a bit of lefties in this lineup. I think you still need a balance. I'm a believer in balance. And look, if there was a fair deal that could be had, and one thing Brian Cashman maybe could do is if you got a guy like him and you get one of those relievers, that kind of helps you in two areas, but we'll see. I really don't know. Will y'all consider Edward Cabrera over Sandy? I don't know if they would trade Edward Cabrera right now. You guys heard me all off season. I've been a big fan of him also. Adam says, Yankees going all in on Tucker. Does that affect now? I guess in the off season, maybe. I just don't. I've never believed Tucker would be a Yankee, so I don't think that's necessarily going to happen.
I don't know how they don't keep him.
Yeah, Dozier phase adds in. What do you think about Schlittler coming up? Do you think he can handle the Major League Baseball? Well, he's one of the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball, so I'm a fan of him. I like him a lot. He throws very, very hard. Also, too, I told you guys for a while now, look out for Brandon Beck. I could see him also making his Major League debut for the Yankees. And matter of fact, I just got some news here that I wanted to share with everybody. Anthony Volpe's dad got in a big argument with a Mets fan, and it's on camera.
No.
And it's just something I've told you guys about. I've actually spoke to Michael Volpe about this, about things like Twitter and all that. We've had a conversation about this before. And yeah, so this is on. I'm going to play it for you guys now. I haven't watched it yet, but let's take a look. Here we go. Francis, hold on. Let me double check and make sure, because you signed off. So let me make sure you're still going to be able to hear me. Yeah, computer audio is still on. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
All right, folks, here we go. This is apparently this just happened. So, or happened today. Let's see.
Sit down. Your son is the best. Your son's the best. Not bad.
I mean, I don't know what's happening here.
It's a FU off. I guess the son must have said something about Vulpi and Vulpi's dad respond. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, what it sounds like is that somebody said something about Volpe, and the father didn't like that he was talking to his son, probably. And the father was the other father with the Yankee hat on. Seems like he was defending his son or something like that. That's during the national anthem. Lord have mercy.
He said, "Don't talk to my son like that." Yeah, the Mets.
Yeah.
Well, he was sitting next to the kid with the Mets jersey though.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh wait, let me double. Hold on a second. Wait a second. No. That's his father right there. I didn't notice. His father's right there.
ooh,
The one yelling is his father.
Your son is the best. Your son's the best. Not bad.
That's Michael Volpe right there.
really?
The one saying "fuck you." Yes.
No,
Yeah,
him. I knew that was his thing.
Yeah, that's Michael Volpe.
That I knew.
Which again, look, man, I understand being Italian. I understand having a temper. I understand that. I understand you don't want nobody. And I've met Michael Volpe. Has been always nice to us. I've said that many times. He didn't get. I don't want to necessarily share anything personal that we've talked about, but I've gave him the advice and he thanked me for it, of going back and forth with people on Twitter, because it's going to drive you nuts. Your
Exactly.
son's in the major leagues. I mean, Twitter and all these social media stuff, people hiding behind keyboards, or computers, they say whatever they want. I mean, they say anything. And if you're a dad and obviously you love your son and you want your son to be successful and your son is struggling, you're going to hear things you don't like. You're going to hear things that you do not like, and you can't be arguing with everybody. You just can't. You can't do it because it's going to drive you mad, because at the end of the day, it's your son on the field, not you. And it's never a good look, because I don't care what anybody says. And look, I am not insulting him for defending his son. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
His son's in the major leagues. Whoever's arguing with you, I guarantee you their son's not in the major leagues. Your son did something that you need to be extremely proud of. And if you want to defend him, look, God bless you. But let me tell you something. The day and age that we're in, as social media life, Yankee Stadium, City Field, you're gonna hear it.
For
You're
sure.
just gonna hear it.
And he's going through he's going through a stretch. And again, you were there for the ride when the Yankees were, doing their propaganda and all that stuff. Like, dude, this is a part of it. This is a part of it. It's a nasty part of it. It's not, what I'm saying, it's not the attractive part of it, it's not the fun part of it, but it is 1000% a part of the journey. And you're not gonna be able to do this. Like, you're gonna end up, dude, these shot, like, again, God, God forbid this goes a different way. Like, the whole time I'm listening to that, I'm like, you could tell this happened in Queens. Cause
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, in the Bronx right now, the way that people feel about Michael Volpe's son, all that FU flying, that's not gonna go for too long. Like,
Yeah.
tempers are very, very, very high. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, Yankees fans are sick and tired. And it's not even, the funny thing is, I say it all the time, a lot of it ain't even Volpe's fault. The part on the
said
field,
it
the
today.
playing, that is his fault. But
We
the
took a
reason
lot of shit for that, but it's true.
the reason that people are so hot and mad about a lot of that has to do with the Yankees themselves.
Correct.
He's getting the brunt of it, and Michael, the father, is feeling it because that's his kid. But you do that in the Bronx to the wrong person, whatever, it could go left, and it could go left quick. And then who's gonna suffer the most?
Anthony.
Michael, your son.
Anthony. I said that.
Your son is gonna suffer the
I still
most.
got, by the way, the funny thing is I still have the message. I still have them because I could understand myself because you guys have seen, I mean, everybody has seen how I get, you know what I mean? I get obviously aggravated. I'm still working. There's many things I'm working on myself, but I can understand defending your kid. We're all parents here. So no doubt about it. If somebody says something bad about your kid, the first thing you want to do is defend. I understand that. But even with this video going viral, I'm not going to share this on NYY Underground. I'm not going to share it on my personal account. I don't feel the need to because I don't want to get any recognition for something like that because I do understand it probably feels, he don't feel good about this. Yeah. I can tell you right now, being an Italian, overreacting in a sense, you go back and go, hey man, look, that came across the wrong way. I blew my top. I shouldn't have. I've been there and I know what that's like. I've done it with my own kids. When I go and I'm like,
video
hey,
of it too, like
exactly. I'm like, I feel kind of bad about that now. Like I kind of went a bit too much. Let me calm down. So that's my thing. Now there's video out there, and like Francis said, Michael Vulpi don't have to answer to that. Nobody gives a shit. Anthony Vulpi may have to, and that's the annoying part. Is because what son wants to sit there and go, damn, this video of my dad, like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you?
The funny thing is, I'd be surprised because of the way that the Yankees
they would never bring it
their
up.
players and stuff like that. Like, nobody's even gonna be able to ask the question.
I agree.
So he's lucky in that sense that he is Golden Boy Volpe, and they won't let anybody do that to him. But somewhere else, that question would 1000% be coming. Hey, you saw that?
Yep.
I mean, we just saw it right now in the NBA playoffs. For those of you that follow basketball, Tyrese Halliburton's dad got banned from home games.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
He got banned from home games. They did not let him come back until the NBA finals. Like, literally banned from home games. I think it was like in the first round too. Like, for the Knicks home, he couldn't even be there for those home games. Like, he got back in the finals, but again, Tyrese kind of laughed it off a lot of the time and whatever. It's like, nah, it's my dad. He goes a little crazy, whatever. But that's uncomfortable. Like, dude, like, you're out there, and this is Tyrese Halliburton, who was phenomenal in the playoff. I mean, bro, he was otherworldly. He was crazy, and I hate that I have to praise him because I absolutely can't stand the Indiana Pacers. Like, I detest them. It's disgusting. They are like the Dodgers to me. I don't like they're not as good as the Dodgers, but like that's how much I dislike them. But bro, to see that dude have to stand in the court and answer questions about his dad after games, bro, I was uncomfortable.
That's tough. Yeah, nobody wants to do that. No son wants to do that.
Yeah, bro. And
no
I think
son wants to do that.
That's where the NBA gets it a little bit more than MLB though, because they play into the messy shit because they know what it does on social media and all that stuff or whatever. MLB, Yankees, they're not going to let anybody ask Volpe that question, which is a good thing for him. But overall for the game might not be the best because people are going to see this video and they're going to want to know.
And the craziest thing about that video, now that you digest it a little bit, it seems like the gentleman who was standing up in the front pointing at him, he's upset because his son was probably maybe saying Volpe sucks or something like that. And the father attacked the kid.
Yes.
Which really comes across as wild when you really think about it. And that's my problem is like, bro, and this is what I told him before. I said, you got to be careful with Twitter, man. It's going to make you rip your hair out. This is when Volpe won the job before he played a major league game. I'm like, I just take it easy on that. And he said he would. He said he's going to get off that altogether. But
bro,
it's a lose-lose. You can't win that fight.
No,
you can't win that.
That's the best way to put it. It's a lose-lose situation.
You can't win. There's never going to be a time where anybody goes, that looked great.
Even if you win the argument, you still lost. Like
100%.
there's no winning. There's no winning.
Let me say this
situation.
Your son's playing shortstop for the Yankees. You already won. He could hit 190 the rest of his life. You won. He won.
I mean, literally, bro. Like that's it. Yo, he's gonna get all the run in the world. He's gonna get the full runway, and you know that because of how the Yankees feel about him and stuff like that. Whatever. Like, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, just for me too, it's just like I get it. Subway Series probably want it, whatever. But like, why are you even sitting there? Like. I don't know if that was the section that they gave for the families, but I feel like Stevie. I feel like Uncle Stevie's doing a little bit better for families and stuff like that. I don't know if you have to be in that section. And if I'm Michael Volpe, Delta sweeten it out, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
definitely
or the family suites that Yankees said, like, dude,
no doubt about it.
You got to be away from Gen Pop. This is not the time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that time.
No doubt about it.
Soto's dad last year, different story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he could have been anywhere. I mean, shit.
He could have sat in the bleachers, man.
No doubt about it. Phantom Outsider says, let's see, what is this? At Al AI? I don't know what that is. 70% odds of Yankees trade Volpe, Schmidt, Escara, Peraza, Stroman, DJ, Durbin, and Hampton. Durbin? Caleb Durbin? It's already gone? Get Duran. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. What are you losing your mind, Phantom Outsider? What kind of trades do you want these guys to make?
Durant, is that
he put Durbin back on the club and trading him again? Come on, brother. What is this? MLB The Show playing it?
That's LI Yankee King.
It's got to be LI Yankee. No, Phantom Outsider is definitely not LI. He's in here a lot, but that right there, yeah, that's a wild trade. Lord have mercy.
That was a LI Yankee. You bringing Caleb Durbin back? You getting Jaron Durant from the back?
He's just doing whatever the hell he wants. That's what he's doing,
bro. That's some wild.
He turned franchise mode on. He said, I'm taking a forced trades on.
That's some.
And I'm trading everybody.
William Henry said Roberto Duran, maybe not Jaron Duran. You crazy?
No, see, Ashley, I'm right there with you. Like, look, man, I ain't even gonna sit here and act like Pete Simonetti wouldn't do what Michael Volpe did. I ain't even gonna sit here and act like I wouldn't. I'm telling you right now. Now, again, I don't have a kid that's plays for the Yankees. All I'm saying is you got to get out of Gen Pop, like Francis said. I agree with him there.
That's
and
it.
on top
That's
of
all
that,
I'm saying.
You already won, brother.
Pete,
you gave birth to a kid. You didn't give birth, but your wife gave birth to a kid that you helped make that is playing shortstop for the New York Yankees.
We say
that's all there is to it, man. You're not gonna argue with nobody.
We say it all the time. Look, we go to games, we travel, we go to different places or whatever. Everybody that we run into isn't a fan.
Definitely.
Everybody that we run into isn't a supporter. Isn't the biggest number one NYYU person like, you know, Steve All Pro who just sent a super chat we're gonna get to, like,
which is wild, by the way.
Yeah,
which is absolutely wild, Steve. What are you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Pete, can we get into Williams? No, can we? Well, we'll do the show as we always do it. And Lord have mercy. I forgot now all of a sudden everybody's running the fucking channel.
We got.
See, I'm gonna turn to the Michael Volpe now.
We got 20 producers on the show now, brother. That's
unbelievable.
How many subscribers we got? 47 kit. We got 47,000 producers now.
47,149 producers over here. I can't believe it. I gotta be told when I'm supposed to talk about stuff nowadays.
I'm saying, like, we go around, we travel, and like I said, everybody we meet is not a fan, and we have that awareness, right?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
VP, she's in the chat. Shouts out to her. You know, she's very aware, keeps her head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? If wifey's there, like, she's also they're kind of making sure, you know, okay, the right people are, you know, around, the right people, the wrong people are not getting too close and doing a little too much. But we have the awareness that, look, there's also going to be some places that we cannot sit down. There's some places that we cannot, like, bro, like, we're not, and look, we're not saying this like, oh, we're freaking A-list celebrity. No, we're not saying, but we're saying
not
that
at all,
even
nowhere
where we're at right now in the game, like we have to be careful and we have to have that awareness that everybody's not supporting you. Everybody's not clapping for your successes. They're not happy to see you get that trophy. They're not celebrating that shit. And when those people are in the vicinity, the best thing that you can do is separate yourself. That's all we're saying for you, Michael. Separate yourself, brother. Like you're winning. Your family is winning too much right now. Yes, Vulpi struggling, hasn't been good. Listen, we've been the first to say he don't look great at all. He don't look great at all. But guess what? He gonna be in that lineup on Tuesday, right? Take your ass out of Gym Pop, Playboy.
Let me tell you something. Michael Vulpi better not. Michael Vulpi watches these shows. When he hears me say I've been calling him AJ Soprano, I'm shocked I haven't got a message yet. But look, that's what he's playing like right now. AJ Soprano had no ability, it felt like.
He probably thinks it's funny, and that's not. I don't think he sees that as like disrespect as a kid, probably because the kid. I think the kid probably said more than Volpe sucks.
100%. Yeah,
the kid probably said a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? And,
yeah, definitely.
And he didn't know the kid didn't know Volpe's dad was sitting behind him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But what are you gonna do? Unbelievable. I just hate that was caught on camera because, like I said, man, never looks good. That's never gonna look good for you. And at the end of the day, I know it's hard to do it. It's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, but you've won. Like Francis said, you've won in life. That's it.
I said it's an interesting Sunday dinner and watch.
Oh, 100%. Very interesting Sunday dinner right now. This just broke not that long ago. This is just out there literally while we were alive. So they just got the same thing. I'm like, damn. I mean, that's quite a bit.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Dad, what is this? Dad, what are you doing? Dad, I told you, Dad.
Is you arguing with kids?
You arguing with kids now? Motto, look at this. I look at him like, well, this is me, honestly, because I can't curse in front of my parents. That's why sometimes my dad hears, he goes, you got a real filthy mouth. I said, where do you think I got it from? I said, it's unbelievable. He tells me all of a sudden, you and my mother never curse. Filthiest. He used to tell my mother all the time, she got a mouth like a sailor, this one.
They forget.
I must have got it from somebody.
Parents forget we had to get it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We
didn't just all of a sudden start
pick it up from somewhere. It wasn't all
having a filthy mouth.
It wasn't all the rap music, okay? My parents love to do that. Yeah, it's that music you listen to. It ain't that.
I get that shit too.
It ain't just that.
I go, what do you mean, Sinatra? I never heard Sinatra fly me to the fucking moon. I never heard that.
Listen, yeah, you know what Fly Me to the Moon was about, though.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something.
And that's what it's really, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Frankie was trying to get in there.
Hey, she had a fat ass.
That's right. That's right. Well, speaking of fat asses, we got to go into Smash or Pass, baby.
Yeah.
Francis, bring us in. Who do you got?
So, shouts out to Connor O'Neill, obviously.
Connor's a freak.
He's a gold member, though. At least he loves gold. And he sent me this on Instagram. I thought it was a good one. Even looked her up in her later years, and I gotta say,
I might have to look her up in the later years.
Not bad, but get the lotion ready is wild.
Hey
yo, this is crazy. Bro.
Nah, these people, you guys are bananas today.
Tonight we have the secretary from Ghostbusters. Now, if you are young in the chat. You're like, I DM'd you a picture.
I got it. I got it.
Picture. If you're young and you're like Ghostbusters, what the hell? Not the new movies. We're talking about the Dan Aykroyd. We're talking about the real deal stuff. Okay. Ghostbusters is a good movie. You haven't seen it, go see it. Okay, it's one of those, you know what I'm saying, cult classic type thing, whatever you want to call it. But yes, the secretary from Ghostbusters. We're gonna put it on the screen for y'all to see. Get a look at that. Look at those glasses, huh?
Hey, This is smash all day right here.
Listen, now for me,
this is a smash all day.
For me, that's a smash. I know a lot of people looking at that and saying, "Oh, she's all covered up. There's nothing." But this is smash or pack.
That's the look.
You got to use your imagination here. Now, under that librarian getup, it's probably a little freak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a smash all day. I mean, this one right here is easy. This is easy.
I'm Gucci says tripping.
What'd he say?
William Henry said 3 drinks. He needs 3 drinks for this one, but
William Henry, come on, William. William's a freak. There ain't no way he needs 3 drinks.
William Henry was willing to take a nosedive into the new Silver Surfer. a nosedive into the new Silver Surfer, but he needs 3 drinks for this young lady, right? And
I'm gonna knock them glasses right off her head. I'll tell you right now.
she doesn't look like this anymore. Yeah, you guys are the best, bro.
I'm telling
We
you, no,
trying to
that's
get
a
it.
smash all day. If you're not saying smash, honestly, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
I think that's a smash, brother.
It's a smash all day. You gotta be nuts.
bro.
I think she was
name is-
actually in the new one, by the way.
Was she?
I think she was. Let me see if yeah, I think she was in the new one, matter of fact. Hold on. Let's see if we
Janina
get a little something. Hold on a second. I'm
Melvin.
trying to get it from here. This is easier for me. Let's see. Kyle Malay would smash anything right now. Said Philo. Oh, that's messed up.
Man.
Hold on. Let's see. Do we got one of these? No. Oh, that definitely ain't holy. What the hell did I get onto here?
You gotta be careful, man.
Lord have mercy.
Hero wants to know what she looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you this picture of her.
Wait, here we go.
Because today she is a definite. Oh my!
Oh, that's a
Look at this.
smash.
That is a guarantee or your money back.
Nah. Guy
Right.
Lasor said pass.
Now you're right. She was. I think she was in the new one. I'm not sure.
Guy, you're out there eating you hit message us every day. You're eating a pound of pasta a day. Come on, brother. You need to get a little smash action in.
I'm not sure if. Let me save this one. I'm not
Is it
sure.
a different one?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this picture is from the new movie, but I like this look on her too. I like the gray. I like
You just
the
sent me
gray.
it?
Oh, I sent it on Twitter.
Yeah, this is from the new movie.
That's from the new movie.
Yeah,
Look-
that's from the new
yeah.
movie.
Oh, baby. Yeah, buddy. That is, matter of fact, that's more of a smash than the first one. Tell you that right now.
Nah, smash all day. What is
Oh,
this
that's-
super chat? Hold on a second here. Mammy Van Doren also can't believe she's 94. Who?
I gotta lay eyes on this.
Who?
I got to lay eyes on this.
Mammy Van Doren.
Maddie, that already sounds like a smash to me. The
No, I
name-
feel like we might be getting played here.
That's I don't know, man. Let's see it. Let's get a look. Maddie Van Duren. Yo, watch it be some decrepit. Bro, what? 94?
But how does she look right now? 94.
Yeah, I would say because that picture looked like it was taken in 64.
I mean, let me tell you something. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what.
Hey,
Mammy
back
Van
then?
Doren, Lord have mercy.
then?
Who is? I just found out about Mammy Van Doren. Lord have mercy on my soul.
I don't know who this lady is, but let me tell you something. I guarantee you one thing. Guy, you know. She was swiveling them hips.
Oh my God, she
Oh,
can swivel. Yo, kick him a run.
Oh shit. Bro, let me tell you something about that.
Here it to you, bro.
Let me tell you something about the mafiosas.
Beast mode, that's too easy.
Come
That's
on,
too easy,
we
bro.
can't. We need beast mode. We can't even dignify that.
I'm trying to find a new.
If
picture
somebody
of this
said
lady.
no to that, I don't know. Like I'd seriously question their sanity.
How did I just find out about this woman? Lord have mercy.
Hey, don't.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Here we go. This is how this smash or pass gotta be now. It can't be back then. Here we go.
Oh!
Come on, who's gonna do it?
Oh shit.
Oh, I want to hear you now. Come on, talk up, baby. Who's gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that one pass on by. That oh baby, she's going by.
You know what?
I ain't touching
I'm
it.
gonna be honest with you.
No.
I'm a smash.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. That's gonna be
Nah,
her afterwards. That's it.
¿Cómo así que dale, friends? No, Gina, I'm good. This is listen, man. I got
Philo said what happened to her. She got old, brother. What do you want?
Yeah, when
What do you
people-
want the woman to do?
when people do that to people, "Ooh, what happened to her, bro? Age, man. It gets
She's
the
94. God
Not
bless her.
everybody ages with grace like some of you people in the chat, man. I see some of y'all, and I'll
I'm
be
gonna
like,
be
"Dang, I
honest.
look really good for y'all."
If
Listen,
that's her
man,
right now in 94, she looks phenomenal.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. For 94, looks like she has great skin. So
Bro, 94. She looks phenomenal at 94. I'm telling you right now.
94 is
See those
wild.
flowers she got in her hand? I'm going to hold it to put on her grave right after.
You are a wild individual, bro. Yo, that is Maddie Van Duren. Hey, man, shouts out to Maddie. Looks like she was definitely a legend, all-star in her day. Definitely looks like some Hall of Fame. I think it's time to retire, but you know, who am I?
Hey, some of these pictures early on, though, she was beautiful.
Oh,
Lord
smoke
have
show.
mercy. Absolute smoke show, no doubt about it.
Was she?
I'm
Like
going to
an
get one
actress or
more on
something?
there just for the hell of it because of the smoke show that she was.
Look at that.
Lord have mercy. How did I never hear about this woman?
Never.
Pre-playoffs said Francis sounds like Buffalo Bill talking about her skin. Look at that skin.
I'm trying to pay the woman a compliment, and I getting called Buffalo. But come on now, man. Come on.
I tell you what, man. Unbelievable. It looks like we got something here I want to share about the Yankees. Let's see what this is.
Oh
This
no,
is interesting.
I'm not telling that story. See, she's trying to get me in trouble over it.
What happened?
I had a little, incident with with an establishment last night. I'll tell Pete off the air. I'm not saying it's on the air because I'm not giving those people airtime. First of all, you got to pay for airtime on this channel.
I agree with that.
That's
I
the
agree with
first thing.
that. You definitely have
Second
to.
of all, it doesn't paint me in the most positive light. So
I can't wait to hear this. Now I'm really excited.
it's a little.
But I do
little
got
Michael Vulpi
something.
Action.
I do got something I want to share with you guys real quick. This is really interesting. I'm going to share it right now. Here we go. The Friartown Joycemen. All right. The Yankees since 2022 are 23-25 against the Red Sox, 6-11 against the Mets, 19-21 against the Blue Jays, 17-21 against the Orioles, 20-22 against the Rays, and 5-9 against the Dodgers. Collectively, 19 games under 500 against rivals or division opponents. Everyone needs to be fired. That is a hell of a stat.
Those are very good stats. They're updated for this year. It's so I used those same numbers, obviously not including this year, in the article I wrote after they got swept by the Mets last year.
Wow.
It's crazy that a year later we're having the same conversation and it's gotten worse.
Unbelievable.
Like literally, bro. Because
unbelievable.
The main idea of the article was that the Yankees don't get up for these competition games or
right.
Like everything is just another game. It's just whatever they got to skip. And it's like you're playing it like it's just another game, and these teams are coming in to rip your heads off, and they're dancing on your grave and they're celebrating. And I mean, did you see the Blue Jays after they won the fourth game?
It was like they won the World Series.
Jumped out of the dugout like they won the freaking World Series.
It was like the division was over. That was the final game when the year when the Rays beat us and they had the walk off. That was different because they actually won the division.
They won a division, but I'm talking about George Springer, who's actually won a World Series. Like he knows what that feels like. Is jumping out of the dugout like that. Like, bro, these teams, the Yankees pull up in the town and they're like, they want to be all buddy, but hey, friend, what's up? How's it going? Yeah. Remember Boone? I'm gonna get lunch with Dave Roberts. So you're pulling in buddy with these guys, and they're like, yeah. And then when you get on the field, they want to rip your head off your shoulder.
They want to destroy you.
Everybody else approaches it the right way. We're the only ones still in La La Land.
Only us.
Delulu.com.
Only friggin' us.
Delulu. The Yankees.
Delulu by the boatload.
They should change their website. No more Yankees.com. No. It should be Delulu.com. When you type in Delulu.com, it should take you to the Yankees official website.
I agree. Well, Francis has been an amazing episode.
Oh, phenomenal.
Take us on out. Unbelievable. Smash or pass, man. Connor O'Neill, whoever's sending those things, man,
Yes,
keep
man.
sending them. Keep sending them because we need them. It's tough.
Yeah, man.
It's tough to find those on the spot.
Yes, yeah.
That was a great one.
That was a good one.
Even the super chat today, you, sir.
Oh, Maddie,
that was phenomenal.
that was great. That was phenomenal.
That was phenomenal.
But those are hard to. That's what I'm saying. It's hard.
By the way, I think I'm the only person that smashed. I'm a little offended.
I think you are the only one that went for Maddie.
I took one for the team today.
You did.
That's impressive. Don't ever say I don't do nothing for you fucks.
No, 94.
Sitting at home behind it. I do stuff for you. I just took a big hit. I might have a murder rap now.
She took a hit. You said you're going to put in the grave. Oh man, listen, what can I say, man? Amazing, phenomenal show. Yeah, I need to get those likes up, man. We have well over 400 in here for the entire freaking show.
He said I
damn
took
near.
one for the city.
I took one for the city. I mean, come on, brother. Where else are you gonna find this? Nowhere, baby. Nowhere, man. We here. Listen, the Yankees aren't great, but we laughing through the pain. We're being real with you, having real conversations. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not the best time for them, but we up, baby. We up. They lose, we win. They win, we win more. We only win over here. We don't play that. We accountable.
Thank you, Jocko.
And we do what we got to do, brother. So it is. Oh my. Jocko said he would. Oh my.
Yeah, he smashed it. He smashed so. I'd be smoked sober too. I'm cool with it.
All right, listen, man. Hey, brother, listen, all you people in here tonight, and a lot of people in here, if this was your first time watching the show, first time you heard about us, man, hit that subscribe button, man. This is what we do. Committed to putting out the best content possible for the fans, by the fans, real talk for the real fan, man. Like, we're not, this is not a joke, man. It's not just a slogan, man. We really live by this shit.
Mafia Coochie is wild.
Still thinking about Mafia. I mean, if somebody told you that Lucky Luciano was hitting that, you wouldn't bat an eye.
I would have shocked you.
You wouldn't be.
It would have shot. He'd be a smart man.
You know that was.
And he
Lucky's
was a
Guzman.
smart
Like,
man, so there's no doubt about it.
He said that was Lucky's Guzman. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Listen, guys, tell a friend and tell their grandmother, especially if it's Maddie Van Duren, of course, to like and subscribe to the U. This is where it's at, baby. The best in the business. Y'all know what it is. We do it. Love for you guys. The love you show us, we send it right back to you. Times 10, times 100. Man, keep it locked and stay tuned. You already know the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we will never come back on a designated spitters track. Until next time, folks. Peace out. No all rise tomorrow morning. Just a quick reminder. Peace out, guys.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they're at their best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. When it brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught them watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing.